So let's go on. I hope you're enjoying our first day here. We'll talk about, there's going to be a Turkish part here. Finansal Kıyamet ve Sonrası.
Financial apocalypse and afterwards. And regarding this topic, Hamza Yardımcıoğlu, we are inviting.
Producer, Mr. Hamza Yardımcıoğlu. Hoş geldiniz.
Merhaba, hoş bulduk. Canavar, küçük büyük.
Monster doesn't discriminate small or big, rich or poor. He put a mark on the right hand of everyone so that this sign of the beast or its number, whoever do not carry that number, they couldn't buy or sell anything. So this text, it was written 1700 years. No, not this one. I wrote this during the Eastern Roman Empire. It is under registered a religious text, and it's going back. Did you pay attention here? It's talking about the money. There is something there, and I will. Whoever doesn't have cannot buy anything nor sell anything, because the money during the history is the main concept of the hegemony. Who were they? Who were having them? The weapon owners, but not only weapon owners, the ones with the most weapons, the armies, however, not alone. Like you say, they needed to have money. Here there's one more interesting thing of the beast, which means the system. Just look at the number. It's talking about a numerical value. Who doesn't have it, they cannot buy anything. So it should be a digital value, a digital money. They are talking. Do we need any comment on that? We don't. This is a very interesting digital money prophecy coming back from centuries. Now, have you heard something like self-fulfilling prophecy? Does it happen because it is told, or is it happen because it happens? Of course, it's something else. People, for all of us, the thing we see the closest, we cannot see it. For example, take away our glasses and you can see its frame, then you start not seeing, but it's always there. For example, I don't see my glasses and the money is like that. It's the right center of our life, and the ones who own it are the ones who are aware of it, are the hegemonics. It continued for centuries, but today it changes a form. We said a financial apocalypse, and afterwards there will be a huge war, but it's something different, not the wars we know, but it will be great, and I will be talking about it. It's awaiting us. Right now, everything is changing. We are going to a digital world, and the money is also being digital. So the hegemony here in the November of 2022, there was the G20 summit of the countries, and in the final output it is mentioned, they put forward this: a digital value should be put forward, and it will be IMF coin. Everyone knows it, but it's not alone, and there is a partner which is BIS, Bank of International Settlements. All together they are making a digital IMF coin. However, it won't be the money used in the world. All the central banks, they are issuing their own digital money. We will see them all. It is starting in 2023. Every country will have a CBDC, which is central bank money, and these are, for example, Germany and Turkey are making a trade. How will they pay? On one hand there is the digital TL and digital euro, and in between they will pass from a filter, and which will be the IMF coin. So everything will be measured. Today what we gonna measure Bitcoin? With dollar, isn't that? Because in the whole world it's the reserve money and we value everything with it. Imagine there is no value, we are going to there. What we gonna measure that money? So that medium of exchange, which is a change unit, we can translate. Imagine that there is an apple, pear, and we put money, and instead of bartering, we can use money. So they can make this many different things and many different CBs, but there is a medium of exchange which is put forward, IMF coins. This is the new money system designed for the world, and until 2030 it will be completed, and like in the prophecy, everyone will be marked with this number, and everyone should have a digital number like a wallet. When you don't have this, believe me, we are going to a world the cash will be forbidden and hegemonia will be continued in that world. If you don't have that number, you won't be able to buy or sell anything, or you can say, I want to remain out of the system, like in Aldous Huxley in the Brave New World. As you read it, there were some savages out of the system, but what will happen in the after apocalypse? They will put forward to us and they will brand us all in 2030. What is gonna happen afterwards? That's the real apocalypse. Sovereignty will be completely digital, and weapons for the first time in the history will not work. Previously, no one would, even big country armies cannot be against the states. Today is the same. Can they win over the states? But in this new system, the weapons are not valid. Imagine a mathematical problem. If it is something great, you can, if you break the codes, then with weapons, with even you throw a bomb, you cannot break the password. So there should be who are having the knowledge. They should be winning. The weapons does not work. And what will happen there? The hegemony, the sovereignty will be in the BIS. There is one more thing. Everyone can think about it, or many people. Bitcoin is something nice, okay, let it be the money of the world. You know, is it going there? Technically, dear friends, Bitcoin usage in the trade. It's not possible. They don't have enough CPU. The Bitcoin place in the future world, like we said, medium of exchange, that IMF coin. What was the central bank currency, CBS? And in the alternative bank, every society, every community will print all money. All of us make sure about it. That will be the future trend. And imagine that there is millions of community in the world, millions different monies. How they gonna trade? So it will be the biggest mission of Bitcoin. World is not ready yet. No one saw it. We said we measure with dollar. No. With Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be, and to that it can be in this hole. Whoever prepared this software, for the software guys, that's a great idea. Whoever prepares it, and it's being made. These kind of projects are up there. These millions of community coins as a filter, just like the IMF put forward over the Bitcoin. If they make this alternative system, then they will write the future, they will design the future, because there is such a world that even if you want to buy the world, did you ever think how much money is it? The whole world with everything, lands, houses, factories, whatever they are in. Even the columns here, do you know what will be the cost? Just make a guess. How much dollar would it be? Any other guess? Just a figure. What would be? You are close. 300. Roughly, it was estimated. Everything in the world. 300 trillions of dollars it is costing. Okay. All the financial assets total in the world, including the derivatives, the financial obligations. What do you mean? Well, it's like the things that you should pay. And do you know what's the total of these financial obligations? 1 quintillion dollars, which means that if you sell the world 5 times, for 5 times, you cannot even sell once. It doesn't belong to any single one. Everyone has a part of it. Only if you sell 5 times, then you can pay these obligations. Then the question is, if we had a ridiculous amount of debt, to whom? To whom are we in debt? So the financial system is such corrupted today. We are at the end of it. We are at the end of the system. We will have a financial apocalypse. All the systems, and many people will lose their assets. The things sold, many things. 5 times of the world is committed. How are you gonna pay? After that financial apocalypse, there will be a chaos. All the wars in the world, for what? For hegemony, for money. So to get taxes from the land they invade previously, now it has changed and differently they take it. You don't need to be physically. And the reason of all the wars are this. Even today, what we call the petrodollar system, and I'm saying that we are going to another world, digital world, and there the authorities and the dispersed communities, billions of people, but those authorities, those centers, where do they come from? Among those millions, as we see it, as people see the reality. What I mean by reality, what is put alternatively, is good for everyone. As we start understanding it, they will shift here. It will be something difficult, and we are in a weird time, and whoever designs this, that was the great idea, that Bitcoin was a change, and whoever designs it, we all gonna so the central banks do the same. Why are not the banking system does the same? 3.5%. There is the crime here, global criminal system. There is a huge, if all humankind doesn't know, we are paying it, as we are not aware, we are just watching. So when you are aware of the truth will set you free, dear friends. I don't know whether I've exceeded my time. How many minutes do I left? It has been 40 minutes. I have left 1 minute. Then I can get one question, but only one question. Do you have, please, sir? We need microphone because we cannot hear to translate. In 2024? My guess about it, until last year, in 2024, in halving, but not in 2024. After the halving, it takes 1 year. It will be $1 billion. But in this halving, in the last halving, it couldn't go more than $100,000 because there is this cycle now. I'm not sure of $1 billion, but still I believe it will see in the next halving. In the mega bull, I am expecting it. The system, the financial apocalypse we are seeing, there are many monies, unbelievable amount of liquidity in the world, especially after the pandemic, 5 times more. Where will it go? Where it will flow? And how much it will stay where it flows. Therefore, I have not given up $1 million in the next halving. We can see $1 billion. Thank you so much, everyone.
Şimdi Hasan var değil mi Hasan Bey? Hasan Karaozan. All right, thank you very much for being with us for so long. Now let's
Bizimle okul.
Manpreet Kohli, please. Can we welcome you on stage, the CFO of Saitama, Crypto Made for Life. I hope I pronounced correctly.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is MK from Saitama. So I'm here representing Saitama Technology LLC, and we call it Wolfpack. It's been there a long journey from 2021, May, and actually next month. This month end will be 2 years old. One thing what we learned is adoption of crypto. So, crypto made for life. How can everybody use crypto for household thing, everyday work? This is what Saitama came last year with the idea that you can't be a mimi. You have to be in business. You have to be something different what others have not done it. So it's been a journey where we've been working with the bear market when a lot of people were thinking what to do, and we were saying what else we can do it. So this is a crypto made for life. Saitama is a bridging between Gap and crypto. Real life, the one as I said. We go to bank. We go everywhere when we need the money. But why not we use the crypto instead of sending it to bank? We can use the same crypto to get the work done, what is needed for this. So yeah, currently the whole crypto is 1.3. It's quite down from the last year, the way we were, around 6 billion. And accessibility and ease of use, this is what we are about to say. Bridging the gap of Saitama vision. As we mentioned, Saitama vision was initially as a meme coin when we launched in 2021, and we crossed a market cap of $7.5 billion. We were top 50 coin in 2021 before the crash happened. And Saitama is developed in the non-custodial wallet where everybody can have their own tokens and they can do the trade. And the trading is like a swap. And the major thing what we brought it is to bring our app as a different than everybody, because there is a big gap between the centralized and decentralized. We never had something in between. So we are pure decentralized, but we thought how to bring the fun part and the spices to come as a centralized. So we started with Saita Pro and the DEX, where you have a staking, you have farming, you have a swap functions. Then recently we made a partnership with Huobi, which everybody knows is one of the top 10 exchange in China and Hong Kong. So we brought 100 tokens from there in our DEX. And recently, the biggest utility, what I want to talk and discuss is Cytocard. Cytocard, we launched it last week after the effort of almost 7 months, I'll say, when we started, and with the feeling like, how can you have a card which you have your own token, you have your own custody, everything have to be yours. Like you hold a card and you hold a bank. Whenever you need the money, you do yourself. You don't need anybody else. You don't need a permission. So we launched the card in the DeFi, which even the limit is $50,000 a day. And I don't think a lot of banks allow you more than $5,000 a day. So this Saita card is registered in, we registered in Europe, and this through ePayMe with the partnership of MasterCard. And we are legit for 6 countries. Just few I can say, the Europe, Dubai, in Africa, we have in South Sudan, we have in Canada, where we can operationally work, but anywhere in the world where MasterCard is allowed, you guys can use it. You can top it, you can swap it, you can, touch to pay, which tap to pay, I can say, sorry. Tap to pay, you can do it. And for me to come here, I booked my flight ticket, my hotel reservation with my Saita card. That was the first achievement when we were going live before I was doing tests. I want to do it. I want to check how it works. So 2 days back, we went for the dinner somewhere, and we were teaching them how to do the tap to pay. And in 2 months, we are going back with Saita card as a physical card. So that will be something what a lot of people are coming, and actually they were coming to our stall and buying it. I remember last year, I bought one card. I don't want to name the exchange. I thought it's pretty cool because you can do it staking of the coin, and you can buy, have the card with some cashback and all. That staking 300,000 is right now 45,000. So lesson learned, no, we are not doing any staking. Second thing, yeah, it's backed by Saitama. It's a Saitama card, which is a token, but why should we stop people only to use Saitama? No. Let's open for more coin. Let's open for BNB. Let's open for Ethereum, Shiba, and Mathematic, which is another coin, casino coin. So we always think of how to make the life easy. And then another part was ePay. Every person who wants to buy BNB, Ethereum, or USDT, everyone goes to centralized to grab the card, then send it to decentralized. As I said, we want to bring the gap from centralized to come to decentralized as well because of the security of your token. So you can download Saita Pro and use your your card, credit card, debit card, and just you can buy BNB. You can buy whatever the Bitcoins, you can buy Saitama, just directly from your debit card. You don't need to have a long process with the gas fee and all the transactions. Just go directly and do your own token and just do the swap wherever you want to do it. We have a connect, wallet connect. You want to connect with the Uniswap, you want to connect anywhere. Then this was a picture we done in the pizza place recently where we went. And here they are holding a Saita card. It was an awesome thing. And 2021, when we were top 50 coin, and we had the good brand, everything, we decided how can you pay it back? How people can use crypto to do something. So we started doing a lot of charity. The first charity, I remember we started from Kenya, where I'm from. And then slowly we started adding in, there was a flood in Philippines, there was a problem in Nigeria, there was a problem in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Caribbean. We started doing a lot of charities. And we always participate in the big exhibitions. We were in Dubai, we were in UK last 2 months back, we'll be again in Dubai. And the future development. I don't know how many people are in fancy of centralized and decentralized. Yeah, centralized is fun, it's good, but decentralized is your own wallet. So 100% we decided whatever we're gonna do it, we have to do something with DeFi. So with the DeFi, what we brought this Saita card, now, being a business we had in Kenya and we were doing the logistic. Logistic was always been never considered in the crypto. So soon we decided how to bring logistic in it. And that's a thing now. We brought Saitama into Saita Logistic, which we just open it as a registration where everybody can register and start, getting the data done. And within a week, we are opening for the Hong Kong and Germany as a first shipment. You guys can do it. And this is a process. Again, it took a lot of time and effort because this is not logistic what easy for everyone. If I've been paid, I'm in China as a vendor. I've been paid some money and I have a crypto in my wallet. Why should I use my real fiat? Because again, if I use it, and I want to send back to wallet, I have to spend another 4.5 or 5% to use it. Better I use my crypto. So these are the few things we were trying to say, how we can change the whole case where we end up buying and end up everything from crypto. We don't fiat it. We don't take it back to the bank. And, we are a team of 5. One is Aaron, Gabriel, Russell, Nam. Unfortunately, a few didn't made it. And we have a whole Wolfpack community. Our community is almost around 145,000 Wolfpack, we call it again. That's a pride thing we always have a community in the DEX and almost 200,000 holder in the centralized exchange. So I can say around 350,000 plus holder Saitama got it. So our vision again is like taking Saitacard as a first of the priority. If you guys have not read it or seen Saitacard or do it, please, my humble request, just go and have a look of Saitacard.io and download Saita Pro, where you can buy the card. It's in the 3 different, what do you call it? You have 3 different cards, like one is 200, one is 150, one is 100, but all 3 are with the different limits and different taxes. So I personally, always I go with the premium because long term is cheaper. That's what I went with the old one, my physical card. And once you guys use it, and we have a lot of promotion items where you can put the videos and there's rewards, whoever will be selected. And if somebody wants to understand on the epay.me, please go through our website. It's actually, we have a base in Dubai, where we do a lot of whitelist of the people to use our epay service with the banking license. And yeah, this is what Saitama is. With them, everyone sitting here, they travel on their own expense as a community, as a holder. And wherever, every time we travel, this is a community comes all around the world just to show up and show their commitment. And I don't think so a lot of community I ever seen in my crypto journey, which I'd seen in Saitama. So a lot of people ask me, oh, what's happening with Saitama? What's happening? What's the long term? What is short term? I was like, if you are a trader, if you're short term, Saitama is not for you. If you're long term, we are building, we are making a lot of stuff because a few more projects are going. We're definitely going to help. And being Africa as my main focus, especially with Kenya and South Sudan. There was an article in South Sudan with the vice president. I was with him, with my whole team, and we worked to do some project with them on the blockchain, which our blockchain will be going live this year end. And it covers a lot of stuff, but not a blockchain what everybody wants. Like have a blockchain, bring the token to live on your platform now. It have to be utilities. So again, no hurry. I take 100% time to make sure things are best. And then being on the tech side, my partners on the front side, everybody execute how it's supposed to be. So it's a request if you guys can pass by Saitama to understand more and see the spirit of the whole wolf pack, that will be awesome. Thank you guys. See you.
So let's go on. Let's continue with the Director of Strategy and Ecosystem Development of Casper Association. Please welcome Alizee Carli to make her speech about the creator economy realized, examples from the future of the blockchain. Welcome.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Hope your day is going wonderful. I'm excited to be here today at BE Summit. I'm going to talk about the creator economy and how it's going to get realized in the coming years. So before we start, my name is Alizee Carli. I am the Executive Director of Strategy and Ecosystem Growth at Casper. Casper is a layer 1 blockchain that is future-proof, super developer-friendly. You can deploy upgradable smart contract on-chain as your business case evolves. My team is in the audience. We are at the booth number 6 if you want to pay us a visit. All right, let's get started. We start with the definition. What is the creator economy? So the creator economy is a new class of businesses built by independent workers. Think about content creators, community builders, curators, etc. And it's growing rapidly. In 2022 alone, NFT markets represented 25 billion in trading volumes, according to the operator. So it's really huge. And the interest of blockchain as a technology, as an operating system for the creator economy is that it allows disintermediation. So it reduces the number of intermediaries between your artists, your creators, and its end user and consumers. So this allows two things. One is monetization of your work. You create a token, typically an NFT, through smart contracts, you can trade it on decentralized marketplaces. So that's massive. You can monetize your work and your creations. Second benefit, like never before, you can engage directly with your community. So you have Web3, social media, but foremost, utility NFTs. So when you bring utility to your NFTs, there is a unique way to engage with your audience in a granular way. And this was never possible before. So I give you an example. If you're a music artist, you can, through your NFTs, invite a specific group of fans to your backstage. You can grant them access to unique merch that is available nowhere before. And this, you don't need anybody to give you permission to execute. So that's very massive for us. So at Casper, we see this use case emerging, and we think that, in particular, music rights management is extremely interesting as a use case. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So before we understand, how much it's going to revolutionize the economy, we need to understand what is the traditional value chain. So in the music rights management, it's actually a very complicated value chain, which you can see here. You have artists and songwriters, producers that produce music, create new music. After that, they go to a record label where they record the music, they create mixtapes, they create albums. Then they work with publishers and distributors to physically manufacture CDs, vinyls, etc., and actually agree on copyrights. So who gets the share of the music monetary value? Then the streaming platforms come into play. So you probably know about Deezer, Spotify, etc. And they distribute the music to you and I. After all this happens, you have specific third parties that are called PROs that do royalty calculations. So how much is due to whom? And then they also organize the distribution, collection of rights and distribution. Overall, this is extremely cumbersome. It takes a lot of time. And at the end, only less than 20% goes back to the original artists and songwriters. I find it really disturbing. Now, how will Web3 disrupt this value chain? So with Web3, it's going to be super easy. And it's already happening with many platforms that are live today. So you create your music in the same way, but then you only interact with a blockchain-based platform. And these platforms enable you to actually manage your copyrights directly into the smart contract. So your smart contract is going to determine who gets which share of your monetary value. It does automatically the royalty collection and distribution. And it allows micropayments, which means that for independent artists specifically, they get paid every time people listen to music. That is if you get low gas fees, you can do micropayments that is in near real term versus the traditional way of doing it. So overall, licensing then is only 20% of the chunk, and artists get up to 70% of the revenue. So that's a big difference. To summarize, we think that the music industry is going to get disrupted, especially independent artists that have not signed with big record labels, that are in countries and regions that don't have access to these big labels, because it enables copyrights transparency, royalty allocation and distribution, direct fan-based engagement, and reduces the fragmentation. Our opinion, though, is that this can only happen and really emerge as a new economy if we have innovative token standards. And this is why I'm going to introduce you to our own, which is CP78, which is an enhanced NFT standard. And why so? It's because it has built-in control over your token behavior. So we have predefined NFT settings that allow you to really flexibly define how you want your NFT and your economy to be created. And that's truly new. So I'll just give you 3 examples. The first one is the ownership mode. So your ownership mode with Casper CP78, you have 3 modes. One is minter, one is assigned, and the last one is transferable. Minter and assigned is essentially a soul-bound token. The minter mode means that if you're minting the NFT is yours, you can never transfer it. Assigned means that the minter can say, hey, you are going to be the one owning this NFT. And once we assign this in the NFT standard, then it cannot be changed. So these 2 modes are soul-bound tokens. The last one is transferable, so I'm allowing people to transfer the NFTs. That could be, for when you're engaging your fan base, you want them to be able to trade their NFT that gives access to special merch, but you don't want them to trade their proof of attendance to an event. So then you change the mode. So the second interesting thing is you can define whether your NFT will be burnable or not. And then the last one, which is Casper's signature, is that the metadata is mutable or not. Mutable means that as your business evolves, as your use case matures, you can decide to evolve your metadata. You can evolve it in real time, so you don't have to recreate everything from scratch. And that flexibility is really important. So the good thing is that we're not finished. We're always adding new functionality. We are right now adding the royalty functionality to this. And more with time, we're providing more features. Now, why am I here today talking about this? It's because we want you to be a part of it. We want the great developers in Turkey and in this region to join us and create the story with us around the creator economy. That's why we have launched our new developer portal. It's a very intuitive portal where you can understand everything about Casper, how it works, how you can deploy smart contracts in less than 30 minutes, and how you can get involved in our ecosystem. This has been just launched a few weeks ago, so I invite you to check it out. And if it wasn't enough, we also have a great Accelerate grant program. We've allocated 25 million USD for developers, project founders, and owners to build on Casper and bring this creator economy to life on Casper. You can also find this information on casper.network/accelerate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we will have a panel about Metaverse. Do you think it's the future, or is it just a soap opera? Now we're going to find the answers in our coming panel. And this panel will be moderated by the Chief Marketing Officer of Bean Crypto, Vugar Adigozalov. So I'll invite him on the stage. So he'll introduce you our panelists now. Please welcome Mr. Vugar Adigozalov. Merhabalar.
In Istanbul, and thank you for my lovely colleague Alizee, who was talking about a very important topic of creators. And I think today we'll continue this discussion with 2 of my co-panelists in this beautiful setting, and we will be discussing about Metaverse and how Metaverse is about to change our life, or whether it's going to change our life or it's just a bubble to be burst. And today we have with me Tuhu Nugraha, who is the head of Indonesian blockchain and Metaverse organization, and he's one of the beautiful scientists and researchers who published books on the Metaverse topic, and I think we'll have a very interesting discussion today. Please welcome Tuhu. How are you? And also we have a very much local expert joining us, who is Sarkan Canyakan, Professor Doctor, who will be joining us as a founder of Sozyan, talking about the Musicverse.
Merhabalar. Merhaba.
Cool. Let's jump straight into it. Metaverse, I think this is one of the hot topics of today, and we all were thinking about where it's taking us. And while preparing for this session, I was reading a research by Accenture, almost all big consultancy companies, and the estimate shows that it can become like 13 trillion business by 2030. And also digital assets traded today is around like $54 billion. At the start of this session, Tuhu and Serkan, I wanted to ask you, do you believe in Metaverse? Is it something real, or it's just a hype that we all talk and discuss? And like, where are we at when we talk about Metaverse?
Dear Vugar, as I mentioned in our prior panel conversation, I can talk for hours about my expertise in Metaverse and our topic in my native language. However, our time is limited, and this is my first experience testing my English speaking skills. So I apologize for any mistakes I may make while attempting to compensate for them.
By the way, I speak fluent Turkish. If you need help, just let me know.
Maybe if I can, it can be this hard. I can talk Turkish. I don't think the answer to this question can be explained by simply choosing one of the two options you provided. This is because Metaverse can be considered both a form of virtual reality and a tangible business opportunity. Metaverse is a platform where people can interact digitally, create virtual worlds, and engage in activities similar to those in real life. Therefore, Metaverse is not just a gaming or virtual reality platform, but a business model that can offer opportunities in many industries. For example, commercial transaction and advertisement carried out in Metaverse can bring a new dimension to the digital marketing industry. Additionally, Metaverse can be used in various sectors such as education, healthcare, tourism, and real estate. People can come together digitally in virtual world to experience learning. Virtual technologies can be used to aim treatment in the healthcare sector, and people can virtually explore homes in the real estate sector. They can do their daily shopping in a virtual market and have their purchase delivered to their homes. However, it should be noted that the full potential of Metaverse has not yet been discovered, and concrete business model has not been fully developed. Nevertheless, you said in your question, Facebook and the other technology companies have realized the potential of Metaverse and are making significant investment in this field. For example, as Sozi, we are investing in our music Metaverse project. These investments can be considered as an indicator that Metaverse opportunity in the future. The music industry can also provide billion-dollar opportunities in Metaverse, but no one did know this, I think. But with the creation of virtual worlds and interactive experience, thanks to these features, it can offer many opportunities for the music. You know, I'm a pianist and art man. So you are asking to me some question, but I can give in art paradigm. So sorry for this. Maybe you will ask general question, but I can take to it art.
But that's the reason of today's discussion. I have kind of a yes or no question. Like, as a person who is heavily investing in Metaverse and doing something for music and entertainment industry, do you believe that Metaverse is a billion-dollar opportunity for you and for your company, or you are still hesitant and exploring this blue ocean kind of a setup?
I think I believe this.
You think or do you believe?
I believe.
I love when we talk about like Web3 and Metaverse, we always talk about how this entire ecosystem should revolutionize the way we interact with the technology as humans and the way machines interact with each other. Tuhu,
Yeah.
you research Metaverse, and I have a question, like when we talk about Metaverse, what's like a one single most important thing we need to focus? What
Okay.
should be like a key topic? Is it about disrupting retail? Is it about fashion? Is it about entertainment? Or
Yeah.
like, what is this core building? For example, when we talk about cryptocurrencies, all topics, discussions move towards Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
Or like layer one, different chains. Like, what is the core building block of the Metaverse?
Okay, I think the building block from the Metaverse is very interesting because last year I worked with the Indonesian government. We wanted to build a piloting for public service project in Metaverse. So one thing that we talk about mostly is how Metaverse can give solution that Web2 right now cannot do. For example, the real life experience, like your real things. And the thing that we finally found that the most relevant for right now, and then people can see what's the difference is through the education, especially with the Indonesian context, education with remote area, with different kind of infrastructure. Metaverse will help a lot. And what I like another things about the Metaverse is about inclusivity, because people don't really care about social interaction in Metaverse. I can do this and that. They don't feel it. But if you can offering something, for example, the one thing that for me is very good, for example, you have a very inclusive. For example, I cannot go hiking for a mountain. For example, if you have a disability, for example. But with the Metaverse, people can have this experience, even though physically they don't have to be there. That's something that we must communicate to the audience. So what Metaverse need right now is the real solutions that Web2 cannot offer, so people will believe in that. We cannot give something that's too revolutionary. For example, you will go with your avatar and talking with your friend with the avatar. People won't believe in that because they think like, I still can go with your friends and I can talk with them. It's not very significant with them. For us, why education? Because that's what. It will be very costly. Costly to do that. And we can engage more people with this Metaverse with the same real experience. For the B2B industry, I already see it, a lot of companies already do it for what they are doing. It's for risk management and risk mitigation. It will be make sense for the industry player because it will be cheaper, faster, and then no more risk. For example, you want to do like training for your employees, new employees, they are from everywhere, and then sometimes they will do a lot of human error with the Metaverse. They can get the real experience with almost zero risk, and then very, very low cost. I think it will be good news and good deal for the industry people.
That's great. Recently I was browsing Forbes and I came across this very important article about Web3 gateway and how to onboard users from Web2 to Web3.
Yeah.
And the article was featuring a Web3 gateway called POP that's aiming to onboard next billion users from Web2 to Web3 by becoming community of the communities and giving both creators but also consumers the chance to monetize the attention and build everything into this big incentive model. And also POP's CEO, I saw him today in the audience with us, the Michael is here. I have a question regarding this. Like, there are a lot of ventures that are tackling this onboarding journey of the users, bringing them from Web2 to Web3 and becoming this community of the communities. When we talk about the Metaverse and Web3, is the Web3 is a bigger term that covers Metaverse, or shall we think of Metaverse as a big mother topic that has a Web3 inside? Like, how do we distinguish these two?
Yeah, I think this is quite interesting, and I think it's still like debate upon this part, right? Because one side people say like, okay, Web3 is bigger, and then the Metaverse will be part of that. You must Metaverse must be with the Web3 because we need transparency, decentralization, and everything. But other people will say that Metaverse is about the AR, VR, the human experience, and it doesn't have to be decentralized. Because I'm still also waiting for what will happen. Because in the end, like I think I also followed the discussion before, like the exploitation, what I call it, quote unquote, of data from users is the most mainstream business model right now. And then I'm still questioning how we can make money out of that. Because if we don't find anything new, how to creating money, because business needs money. And I don't know if the customer actually ready for paying on something, subscription-based or something like that. And then, of course, the big industry player also don't want to give it just directly, okay, let's go with the decentralization because, and blah, blah, blah. It's a very long journey because we must understand that this is a technology, but this is another people, the guy who will control, who have the influence in the society, who gave that. If it will be connected, how we can find the balance between this one. And I think for me, it's still questionable and still the mystery and how it will be evolving in the next future years.
Seyhan, I had a question for you as someone who is so much into music industry, and compared to fashion, for example, music industry is one of the well-regulated where composers and performers are able to collect their royalties much better than ones in all the other industries out there. When we talk about music, entertainment industry altogether and Metaverse, is it more about like regulation and having this fair share of profits and supporting creators, as I gave the example of pop where they were like focusing more on how to help creators to have this fair share of ownership, not only like making money, but like entire ownership of their portfolio. When we talk about Metaverse, is it more about creators and empowering them, or it is about giving an immersive experience to the end user? And where is that blurred line comes into action, making a Metaverse next billion-dollar opportunity, or whether it does? Because if we talk about like ownership, NFTs can basically solve this issue, right, without jumping into that huge stage and building all these hardware, software kind of an industry. Like, what's your take on that?
Okay, now first I wanted to say something. When I look all these participants, I am happy to see such intelligent and successful people interested in this field. However, among so many people, I may be the only one interested in music technology and one of the rare people who wants to bring music to life in the Metaverse, especially in Turkey. The reason for my rarity may be that either music is not sustainable field in this area, and no one is entering this field, or it is such a difficult field that no one wants to enter it. However, my partner Oswald in America now, and I want to take on the challenge and strive to be one who bring attention to blockchain in the field of music. When I come to your question's answer, what set Musicverse apart from other music applications is its use of blockchain and Web3 technologies to provide interactive music experiences. Designed as a completely digital metaverse, Musicverse allows users to interact with each other, create music, and participate in live music events together. Musicverse's music tokenization, you asked, it aims to provide new value to both artists and users. Tokenizing assets used on the platform gives owners control and ownership rights. This helps artists secure their works and make it available to a wider audience, while also giving user the opportunity to purchase and trade assets. Okay, Musicverse integration into the music metaverse includes many features that offers users a digital entertainment experience. Users can dance in virtual clubs, create their own music, and interact with other users. The platform is music-focused. This is important. Unlike the other metaverse applications, allowing users to be in a customized environment for creating and exploring music. Musicverse is an ideal platform for users who want to be more involved in music creation. Additionally, it aims to solve problems in the music industry using Web3 technology, while helping to address concern about copyright issues and fair payment for artists in the music industry. Musicverse provides users with a more free experience. Blockchain technology has potential revolutionization the music industry by providing a secure and transparent platform for music right management, copyright and recording process. Okay, you know, and we know this. But with the use of blockchain, the music industry can overcome some of the long-standing challenges in inefficiency in these areas. For example, one of the most significant challenges that music industry faces is music right management. The complex web of rights and ownership in the music industry has often resulted in disputes, errors, and inefficiencies. With blockchain technology, music rights and ownership can be recorded in a transparent and immutable manner, providing a single search of truth that can eliminate dispute and reduce transaction cost. I think I can say now this. Maybe after your question, I can say intermediaries, because in the music sector, intermediaries is a big problem. Blockchain can solve. We can eliminate intermediaries in traditional music industry with blockchain technology.
That's great. The panel before, moderated by Julia, was discussing very important topics about like a gamification and onboarding users to the game. And some statistics show that like only in last year there were like more than 20,000 like AR, VR devices that were sold. And it's not a secret that like Facebook previously, now Meta is heavily investing on hardware in order to build that immersive experiences in order to empower the way we consume the content on the metaverse. And talking about like how blockchain technology in itself can change all these, eliminate intermediaries and make sure that there's like a fair share of distribution. But like, what do you think, Seyhan, like the industry itself as a metaverse, would it change the way we consume the content, or do we consume the entire metaverse, what it stands for, or how that hardware part comes into the play? Maybe when we talk about, for example, I'm based in London, and one of the hit shows now is like ABBA's hologram concerts and all this technology that has motion capturing in behind. Maybe, like, do you believe that, like, even though blockchain technology in itself has all the capacity to disrupt industry in one angle, the metaverse still has a place to play, or do you believe that blockchain technology is just enough itself?
Dear Azur, our perspective on the metaverse is to be able to hold thousands of people in the same system at the same time during an event. Okay, hardware is problem, you said. Maybe hardware is expensive all over the world, but it's not problem for us. Maybe later in the future, in this hardware will be cheap. We will wait. But let's imagine a concert experience. How many people are in a concert hall today? Can you say me?
Maybe, I don't know, it depends. I think Taylor Swift sold like millions of tickets in 1 second.
But
every stadium will have around like 60,000 people, I guess. Yeah.
60,000. Okay, I can say the largest halls in Turkey, 1,000 to 3,000 people, meaning you can reach a maximum of 3,000 people simultaneously during a concert. However, from our perspective, in a concert held in the metaverse universe, we are talking about maybe about a technology that can reach even 100,000 people simultaneously. Imagine being able to freely roam in the concert venue and even approach the artists on the platform. In the same time, all of people, 100,000 people is on the platform. They are looking to artists. Artist is singing and playing guitar or piano, but you are watching in the platform, in the metaverse. Now, if you are at a stadium concert and there are thousands of people in front of you, you have to make a lot of effort to see artists on stage because the other people is here. You can't see anything. You are far from the artists. Now, Here, SOZI aims to overcome all these negative factors and provide thousands of people with the same concert experience simultaneously. Vugar, can you tell me the last concert ticket you went to?
Oh, I'm actually a big concert goer. I just recently been to Lady Gaga, and it was amazing.
Okay, tickets for very famous violins last week came to Izmir, who recently came to Turkey, was $75. A family of 3 persons should spend around $200 in Turkey to attend this concert. This is expensive for a family. Now, what if I told you that you could watch this concert for $1 and listen to artists up close? Yeah. We believe that all of these possibilities can be made possible through the Metaverse. Metaverse technology can create a huge revolution in entertainment industry like this. Musicverse is like this, and we want to do this in SOZI.
Tuhu, I have a question for you. Like listening to this conversation, do you believe that like paying $100 for a real concert, like with a live singer, can be substitute for $1 Metaverse concert? And what would make it different than opening a TV or any streaming platform and watching that?
Okay, that's a good question. Actually, I'm not a very big fan of concert, but I see like a lot of people very love the concert, and I search why they love the concert. It's not only about the music. The music right now, of course, you can do it through the Spotify and everything. That's like what I would do. But the hype of the crowd and everything, I think that's something that's cannot bought by the music from the Spotify and everything that I have been enjoying. But this metaverse will scaling the new era of music. For example, like people offline concert is just only limited because the place is limited and everything. Online concerts is unlimited, can be everywhere from the world. But I think the people who really love the musicians will buy the experience. The experience will be much more expensive because it's like the prestige that they want to show. Because I think humans, not a rational animals, we want to have an emotional, sometimes we want to, okay, I don't want to pay for the online concert in Metaverse because I want to be different, I want to be the elite of this one. But sometimes you feel like, okay, like what you say before, I cannot join the concerts in London, I was in Jakarta, I cannot bring all my family, but I want to have the experience. And sometimes I believe like in the future, the offline concert will like mixing between the AR, VR, and the real hype experience. So there will be a lot of market from everything. So I think the metaverse will just make the music business become more scalable. Second one, there will be a lot of new business model around the artist. Because right now, for example, for one concert, you must be like, the artist must be really come to the event. With the metaverse, they just beat the AR there, and people will be very happy, like in Korea right now, right? The Korean K-pop, they just the AR, VR, and people just watching and screaming. I cannot understand that, but maybe for the people, the value added of this AR, VR experience give me a different things that the humans, the real artists cannot do that. That's why the music industry must redefine why people want to go to the metaverse concerts, why the real concerts, and what is the value added in different words, so it will not eating to each other from the business models.
Honestly, in my personal opinion, I hope Metaverse can at least beat the way iPod changed the way we consume music. Honestly, I don't believe in that because I believe whatever in this next generation of internet is happening should not just reimagine what we already have, but kind of disrupt in a true way. And I was recently reading a research by the US military that was published how they use the Metaverse to work with the existing military and also veterans to tackle the PTSD issues. And also there was a huge application how they train pilots to do on-air fueling. What about like your researches? Like where do you see the metaverse heading in next 5 or 10 years? Do you think we can today predict, or do you think at least Mark Zuckerberg and Meta, who invest like 14 billion into metaverse, knows where we are heading? Or is it just like everyone talks about and it's a true bubble?
I think, yeah, I still believe that this will be something really big in the future. But of course, from my research, because I researched a book on the Metaverse ecosystem, especially for Indonesian market, we still need like 5 to 10 years from now, because a lot of infrastructure in the ecosystem is not ready yet. I have a very good research from China. They already do a research like, if you want to have a massive Metaverse adoption, you need 60% of the society already connected to 5G. This first thing. And second one, the challenge with the Metaverse is about the IoT. The smart glasses is still too expensive for the average audience. I believe if this IoT is around 200 USD, I believe it will be picked up very soon. But I already researched to the IoT distributor in Indonesia. They see like, surprisingly, the IoT will not coming from the Korea, Samsung, or China, but the future will coming from India, because the government of India also very ready. They want to have their blueprint that the future of in the Web3 economy, what they want is to produce this IoT, because the margin for that is very big. So let's wait this mass production of this IoT, because I think Metaverse will be a good experience if you use this immersive classes, right? But right now, who wants to pay for like very expensive things? And then the content also is not there, because there is no IoT and not a lot of people is there. So the innovation will be stuck. So it will be, everything is still on the waiting list. But I still believe that it will be very big, because Metaverse can bring something that beyond our imagination. In our physical world, it cannot be done. That's why I still believe it will be happen not very soon, but it will be evolving. And it's always like upgrading, and we never realize that we're already in the Metaverse era.
Perfect. I think then to wrap up this conversation, we can confidently say that Metaverse is still here to stay, but a lot depends on how Web3 will be able to onboard more users, and most probably companies like Pop and others will be very important key players to onboard users from Web2 to Web3 to have an adoption, because still hardware is very expensive, and only like by solving that hardware challenge we'll be able to kind of have this truly immersive AR, VR experience that complements Metaverse. Otherwise, it's kind of a plain Web3/blockchain changes that we are talking today. Thank you very much for joining me today. We had a beautiful conversation, I believe, and I think we have to still continue talking about Metaverse and how it's going to change our lives. But again, I think the most important challenge for next 5 years will be mass adoption and making billions of the users to come on board, like governments and nations of India and China. I believe they would be like two main drivers because of their population and size, and along with all the, I think, industry experts who tirelessly try to make sure that there's a big onboarding process happening. Thank you very much for today's conversation.
Thank you.
Bye.
So thank you. Teşekkürler. So coming up next, let's see how mapping crypto innovation and social uses are made from our next speaker, the head of business development of KuCoin. Please welcome Mr. Mete Umut Elmas. Hoş geldiniz.
Merhaba. Welcome. Is my sound clear to you all? Okay, it's great. I hope you enjoyed today. It's almost ending, but I hope it was a very, let's say, beneficial day for you, I hope. So I'm Mete Elmas, Mete Umut Elmas, advising to KuCoin for their business development operations in MENA region. And today I'll share my thoughts on innovation in crypto and social use cases in Turkey. So in this quick presentation, we'll be going through first crypto market dynamics in MENA region and Turkey. Second, the social impact of crypto beyond adoption. And the third is the future of crypto, new use cases. And last but not least, crypto going forward with artificial intelligence. So starting with the current situation, according to the data by Chainalysis from the reports of the Crypto Market Report and the 2022 Crypto Adoption Index, Global Crypto Adoption Index, MENA is the fastest growing crypto market worldwide. And also supporting this argument or this data, MENA is home to 3 countries in the top 30 of the Global Crypto Adoption Index, led by Turkey, which ranks 12th. Actually, in Turkey, centralized services are quite adopted, and these services are pushing Turkey to rank even higher. But we still have a way to go on the decentralized side. Nevertheless, an average crypto adopter in Turkey is not the one you are looking for if you are offering P2P crypto services. Okay, but how come? What motivates Turkish people to love crypto that much? First one would be definitely the inflation. With an official inflation rate exceeding 80% and climbing to the highest level of the last 23 years, crypto is definitely a precious inflation hedge for Turkish investors. Second would be devaluation. Turkish lira faces record lows day after day. And this makes Turkish people to not consider crypto as volatile as the rest of the world do. Even if they do, many studies show that Turkish people are not risk-averse. In contrast, they are not running from taking high risks if the reward is high. Of course, all these four factors are creating another factor, which is a wage gap. This wage gap enables Turkish people, or makes Turkish people, to have a highly anti-intermediary attitude, especially on fiat side, and a will to gain more and more access in the global finance. As a result, Turkey ranks as the first in ownership of cryptocurrency index, which is a report published by GWI recently. And it also report shows that in 2023, almost a third of adults in Turkey own crypto. This is the highest ratio worldwide. Supportingly, Turkey is the largest market in the fastest growing region, MENA, by far, by hosting more than 1/3 of the crypto inflows in 2022, which is another finding by Chainalysis. Also, the report shows that, or verifies that, of crypto by the high inflation. Despite crypto is banned in Turkey as a payment method by Central Bank of Turkey. Okay, so all these figures, are they only a sign of high trading volume and high trading activity for profit? Simply no. Actually, it's already proven that crypto adoption, or adoption, means more than that in Turkey. For those who haven't heard, Turkey is hit by massive earthquakes in February with a magnitude above 7. And during this process, especially in the recovery phase of these disasters, crypto community in Turkey created a beautiful framework, even with the participation of some government agencies, and they offered a good case study in crypto donations. So, as you know, we are already seeing many progress in fintech, in crypto, in decentralized finance, and the latest developments was focused on mainly 3 areas: decentralized finance in crypto DeFi, NFTs, and DAOs. Starting with DeFi, we've already started to see AI-powered smart contract audits, which results with similar, sometimes same outcomes compared to manual smart contract audits. At the same time, trade automation helps people to minimize human factor in their trades or investment decisions. Last but not least, predictive analytics enables people to forecast market trends and make their own investment decisions. Second one is NFTs, and I guess everyone here heard about generative art because it's basically shaking the creative world, and it helps people, it enables people to create their own unique art pieces, right? The second would be interactive NFTs, which help us to engage with dynamic collectibles. And third one is a little bit more important for me personally, data analytics tools on non-fungible tokens, because in Turkey we also have a very, very promising data analytics tools on NFT area. And the last one are DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations. As you know, DAOs have some operations like streamlined resource allocation, decision making, etc. In the latest developments, AI is helping a lot to DAOs to make these processes more efficient. Second one is the autonomous agents for repetitive tasks, which are quite a lot in a DAO environment. And last one would be AI-powered smart contracts, which help DAOs to adapt smart contracts and increase their, let's say, efficiency. So, to sum up, as you know, technology is a process. Actually, it's a cumulative process, and it has no destination. It always goes on. And none of the inventions in human history is a product of only one science. So we can move our technology forward by synthesizing different technologies, different disciplines. And right now, actually, AI is, by the way, the cases I mentioned in the previous page are mostly powered by AI. And right now, AI is doing exactly this thing to crypto. And it enables fostering new opportunities, exploring new areas to work on, etc. Of course, if we want to, let's say, arrive at final or at least an acceptable level of synthesis, it's only possible by encouraging exploration and development. And of course, for my own area, for crypto, we have to, let's say, explain and emphasize AI's potential in crypto. Today, that was exactly what I was trying to do. So, hope you enjoyed it. And I would be pleased to connect afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much again. Now, let's conclude with our last speaker. She's going to be talking about the potential of NFT renting. So please welcome Sana Beymalud. Is it correct pronunciation? I hope so. She's the founder of Candid. So please, let's welcome Sana on stage. Hoş geldiniz.
Hello everyone. Imagine enjoying the utilities of an NFT without even buying it, without even minting it, and without even investing one coin. That's the concept of NFT rental. I'm Sana Belmiloud. I'm the founder of Candide. Candide is a marketplace that allows gamers to rent and rent out NFTs. As you may know, NFT means non-fungible token. They are used to approve the ownership of digital assets. And these digital assets are used in many industries, like art, gaming, and music. In this presentation, I will present you the potential of NFT renting. For that, I will firstly explain you what is NFT renting with a use case. Then I will present you the benefits and challenges. And finally, I will present you Candide. So let's begin. NFT renting is a way to enjoy the utilities of an NFT during a specific period of time. We have on one side the renters. They are users who want to rent NFT for budget purposes. And we have on the other side the owners. They are people who want to rent out NFTs to earn passive incomes. So let's move on to the use case. We have a gamer who plays a racing game, and this racing game is organizing a tournament. In this tournament, we have a leaderboard with many players, and we have also different prizes for the winners. Our gamer thinks that to maximize his chance of winning, he needs to use a specific car. But outside the tournament, he will actually don't use the car. And a solution to that is that he rented the car that he wants. The first advantage is that he actually don't pay at the full amount of price of the NFT. The second advantage is that he didn't buy something that he will not often use. And the third advantage is that he won the game. Next, so that's this use case, I call it as one-shot use. The other use case is the testing. The testing for me is when a gamer or just a user wants to test a game. And so he will rent the NFT to test weapons, to test characters, etc. So that's the two uses. So the economic benefits on NFT renting, the first one is cost reduction for renters. The second one is the new income generation for the owners. The third is that we create a more liquid market for NFTs. And finally, we develop a new business model. So the challenge. We are currently use a collateral system. So we are using smart contracts to do that. And in these smart contracts that are on the blockchain, we can find many informations like the rental duration, the rental price, and the collateral. But these collaterals are not flexible. Some gamers don't have enough to deposit the capital. But a solution to that is the new standard, the ERC 4907. It will allow us to transfer the utilities of an NFT without even transferring the ownership. That's pretty cool. What about Candide? So we have a mission, and our mission is to provide a service that allows users to rent and rent out NFTs. Why did I say service? It's because we are thinking about creating an all-in-one solution that can be easily integrated by projects. And our goal is to firstly acquire the gaming industry and then the other markets. So we launched the beta. Here is the renting page. So the renter can specify the end date of the renting and then click on the confirm button. That's the listing page, so that's for the owners. To list an NFT, they need to specify the contract address and the NFT ID, and then specify the listing duration, payment token, collateral, and so that. And then click on List NFT. Our team, so we are currently 2. There is Spencer Schooneman. He is a passionate web developer. He excels at the intersection of creativity and technicality. And there is me. I'm Sana. I'm 23 years old, and I like to find solutions to problems. So Candide drives me to excel in this market. So yeah, we are looking for investors. We want to raise 500,000. So if you are interested in, let's connect. In conclusion, NFT renting is still early, and we need to do a lot in this market. So that's still fun. Thank you very much.